I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, June the 8th races at Hastings. There's 8 races on tap. Should be a good afternoon. Weather's supposed to be marvelous.
Come out to Hastings or the Derby Bar and Grill to shake off your Belmont hangover.
Yes.
This is the day after the big day. But they put together a really strong card at Hastings.
It's great. 2 good stakes.
Yeah, I think the card today is actually even better than Belmont Day. So you got to shake the cobwebs out, have a glass, have a Gatorade, and get out to Hastings Park because we got a really good card on hand for the day after the Belmont. And let's jump right into it. The first race is a $4,000 non-2 for fillies and mares. Field is 6 going Gayward. I went to your likely favorite, number 3. It's Gold Baby. She's a bit of a bridesmaid.
I know. 2
straight seconds in this category. This is the softest one she's faced yet, though, I feel. Today's her day. It's Gold Baby. Amadeo Perez sticks with her. I got her on top. Over with Allie's Bobcat. Charlene Miller's been off to a very, very good start. 4 wins from 11 starters. Boyfriend Richard Hamill in the attack. That does not hurt either. Got her in the second spot. And Counterfeit LK. Red Hot Ryan Pacheco for Robert Mabin. I had to pick somebody in the third spot. I looked around a bit. Landed on Counterfeit LK. 3, 5, 6 for me in the first.
Yeah, I agree. I was between the 3 and 5. I think they're both interchangeable. Allie's Bobcat may not have the numbers that It's Gold Baby has, but at least she has
somebody's going to jump
tactical
up and beat
speed, a little more tactical
That's
speed.
Leader, yeah.
And even though she didn't get out there last time, I think Richard Hamill can maybe get this horse out there near the lead and get first run on the speed, which should be the 1, 2 trees, or even the 4 Lovers Lyra. So I went to It's Gold Baby to win it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the 5 Allie's Bobcat. They're both the same for me. I went 3, 5, and I put 2 trees, the 1 horse in for third. Nice win in a very slow time, but tougher test for her today. So I went 3, 5, and 1 in the Sunday opener. On to the second race, $16,000 older horses going 6.5 furlongs. And I ended up on the 4, Ruffy Joe. Just finished winning a conditional $16,000 race, but I think he's up to the task of moving forward. I know I lose Amadeo Perez to the 8 horse, I think it is. Yeah, Michael's Glory. But I think this horse drew well. This horse, I like him. You know, he's been running in some tough races last year. I think he's good enough to beat these horses and beat Open Company. Gets in light with apprentice Corinne Andros. So I'll try Ruffy Joe to defeat the 5 horse Bear Rock and Roll, who is always consistent. Kind of had a wide out trip last time, as opposed to his gift rail run with Rico Walcott the time before when he won at this level. He's always salty for 16. You can't leave the bear out. And put the 8 horse Michael's Glory in for third. You know, huge rider changes here. From Ariel Velasquez, Jason Rodriguez, who are both good, hard-working kids, but Amadeo is like quite a bit better, and Amadeo jumps in the tack. So I'm going to put Michael's Glory in for third. Hopefully can show a little bit of speed. The 8 hole is a bit of a concern for me, and that's the only reason I didn't pick him higher. I went 4, 5, and 8.
I went a bit of a shot horse here, a horse that's rapidly improving. I went with the 6 horse Kai's Command. A very good, very competent Jody Rossenbarn. Rico Walcott, who's in town to ride title contender in the stake later on in the day. The very good Rico Walcott picks up the mount as Richard Hamill rides for his main barn, Craig McPherson on Bear Rock and Roll. But this horse won for fun last time in 16 and 3. If he can come close to that at this level, he's going to be a handful. This is kind of the now horse. I like the connections. I got Kai's Command on top. Of course, named after, I'll throw this one in there, named after Jody's beautiful son, Kai. In the second spot, our good friend Wayne Oliver's horse, Michael's Glory. As you mentioned, he's had some hard-working riders on him. Now he gets a guy that plays in the major leagues, Amadeo Perez. I think with a little better trip last time, he could have been right there for our good friend, Mr. Oliver. I got him in the second spot. And the third spot, I went with Grandpa George, who just got beat 3/4 of a length last time, behind Lord 500. A very wide trip. He was 5 wide around the turn, and still only got beat 3/4 of a length by Lauren 500. So nice claim out of Phoenix for our good friend Paul Caravetta. Grandpa George in the third spot. I got 6, 7, and 8 in the second. On to the third.
Not often you get 9 good 16 claimers in the second race. Yeah, that's cool. It shows you the size. Our field size is like awesome today.
It's really picking up. Yeah, we're gonna have a big weekend this weekend. Our numbers, our handle will be very good. That I promise. On to the third.
2-year-olds.
2-year-olds for 25. I went with the Tac Inoue runner, Ryan Pacheco. I got Ryan picked a lot of different places here. 35-2 the other day. First-time starters, obviously, 2-year-olds. This is one of our first 2-year-old races of the year. There's no, there's form only on a couple of these horses. On those horses, I wasn't crazy about the form, so I'm just looking. Basically, it works. I went with the 7. Goes way back. Works a very good. Tac Inoue always has his horses ready, and his 2-year-olds are usually pretty salty. The second spot, I put Tohachi, Amadeo Perez, and Dave Forster. Team up for this son of Forest Grove out of the stakes winning mare Tucumcari. His works as well look pretty good. In the third spot, I put Star Status, again, based solely on the connections. Bob Chima, Anita Bolton, Rico Walcott, 7, 8, 9 for me in the 2-year-old races. But as Mike will tell you, go down to the paddock and have a look at them.
You got to watch them. They'll tell the story. If you're at the track, you got to watch them in the paddock because they will tell you the story. And you can see the ones that are cool as cucumbers and the ones that are, agitated and just going to be ornery and not handling everything very well. With so many first-time starters, generally they'll break slow because they're not happy. There's something new. It's a new experience for them, and you can prepare them as well as you want. But sometimes, until it's game time, you never know how they're going to react. I went to one of the horses that started. I went to the 6-horse, My Secret Cause.
Yep.
This horse hopped at the start and raced wide against pretty fast Finality's Charmer, and that was pretty quick. Made an allowance race in 39-3. This horse got beat 12 lengths, but still has a race under his belt. It's out of a fast mare, Sheila's Secret. Did miss the break, but generally horses will break better second time out. And so it's been through the whole procedure, which is a plus. Like been through the paddock, the post braid, the gate, and a race. So that's a big plus. So I'm going to go to the 6, My Secret Cause. Put the 9-horse Tohachi for Dave Forster. Doesn't usually run horses 3.5 furlongs, so I know this one must have a little bit of speed. I was surprised being out of Tucumcari, who is a distance specialist. She wasn't much sprinter at all. But perhaps with Forest Grove mating, this gelding could have a bit of speed, but he surfaces in 3.5. I respect the connections, so wouldn't be surprised to see this one be live. And I put the 7-horse, your top pick, Tac Inoue's Goes Ways Back. Rosberg out of the mare Are You Irish, who was pretty nice little hard-knocking mare. Wouldn't be surprised to see her throw a runner like this one. So 6, 9, and 7. But once again, venture down to the paddock if you're at the track.
Have a look at them.
Witness how the 2-year-olds are acting. On to the 4th race. Got some $8,000 older horses going a mile and a 16th. One of the first few mile and a 16th races of the season. Got field of 8. I went to the 1, Tommy Danziger. Your likely heavy favorite. Amadeo Perez seems to suit him quite nicely. They teamed up for a bunch of victories last year, so I'm going to go with Tommy to win it. Not much speed in the race to bother him, so I think Tommy can be pretty dangerous. Put the 6-horse Tamarack Smarty, a newcomer.
Yep.
For Phoenix owner Betty Bay. Sent it up to Cindy Krasner from the Manny Ortiz barn, and got to see this horse run quite a bit in Phoenix, and a pretty cool horse. Wish there was a little more speed in the race for him, but still, I think he'll run a good race. And the 4-horse, This Bruise for You. Gutty win, first time out. Does lose Perez, of course, to Tommy Danziger, but I think the horse is still live. That was his first run in over a year. And this horse was held up in traffic and just shook loose late. And I just like the way the horse just darted through at the end of the race. And it showed me that Mel had this horse super ready, and I don't think a mile and a 16th will be a problem for him. 1-6-4.
Obviously, Tommy Danziger, I agree with you there. Texas Buccaneer, I put in the 2nd spot. A horse that's it fits at this level. I feel like I have a lot of confidence in Mike Anderson. Him and Richard Hamill do well together. This horse is coming off a win. Richard Hamill sticks with him. In the 3rd spot, I put Tamarack Smarty, your 2nd pick. A horse I've always kept an eye on because my brother actually trained the mare, Tamarack Bay, stakes winning mare. I think he won a stake with her in like Mountaineer or somewhere. He had her back east there, and she was a very honest, hard trying mare. Smart strike, very well bred, older horse who likes to hit the board, right? He's half his starts, he hits the board. Comes up here from Phoenix, and I'm sure he'll be ready to run. What's my numbers again? 1, 5, 6 for me in the 4th. Not much to add there. Mike said it all. On to the 5th. Tommy Danziger, exactly. There's your single. On to the 5th. 3-year-olds and up allowance race. I've gone to another likely favorite here. Number 6. Go for Guinness. Dave Forster, Amadeo Perez team up again. Very unlucky. I thought he was like by Modern last time.
Yeah.
I thought he'd put him away, and Modern came back and just nosed him. Very close photo. This race, I feel, has come up a little bit easier than that one. Go for Guinness was well ahead of Hope Seeker. last time, and that's who I have in my second spot. And Similkameen Joey, hard knocking horse. He needed the start. That was his first start of the year last time. Now he's got a start under his belt. I'm looking for him to maybe take a step forward under Ryan Pacheco. I got 6, 4, 7 in the 5th.
I have the same 3 horses. I agree. The 6, Go for Guinness, is the horse to beat.
Again, nice.
16-2. I mean, you run 16-1, you win the money. But 16-2, that's usually going to get you the dough, and I think it will. Go for Guinness ran a very good race. Showed excellent speed. Was in good position. Obviously, he's rebounded well out of the race. Nice blowout, 46 and change.
Yeah.
I like Go for Guinness. Not a big price here, but that's the horse I think you need. Put the 4-horse Hope Seeker and Richard Hamill in for second. I think drawn better in gate 4. Had the outside draw last time. It was 7 out of 9. Didn't get the kind of position he needed. He kind of ran into the placings and was third, but never was a threat. Wasn't really in the race, but I think he will be from post 4. And I put the 7-horse Similkameen Joey. I know this horse can throw a big race at you every once in a while. Bill Connick Jr. does a great job with his horses, and this horse, you know, if he can find the lead or, you know, break a little better and get up into play, this horse can be dangerous as well. This horse can run down there in some pretty quick fractions and pretty quick final time, so I don't want to give up on him. I think I'll play all 3 of them, actually, 6, 4, and 7 in the 5th.
Again, a nice field of 10.
Yeah. Here we come. Got a field of 8 here in the Vancouver Sun. Filly and Mare Stake here, going 1 mile and a 16th. First distance test of the season for any of the stakes divisions. And I've landed on the 6-horse Madeira Park. Gets to stretch your legs and go 1 mile and 16th. It was probably aggressively ridden last time while wide. Front race setup terrible for Madeira Park.
Yeah.
So Amadeo, you know, he did what sometimes you got to do. You know, put a good horse in a good position, and he had to use her a bit early, but I think so was just too good. Ran away and hid. This horse didn't get beat much for second, but ended up 5th. But still, that was from, you know, being put in the race a little earlier than she usually is. But I think the stretch out to 1 mile and a 16th, a more controlled and comfortable pace will definitely help Madeira Park. So I put her in the winner's circle. I put the 1-horse Touching Promise in for second. She has the benefit of 3 distance races under her belt already this year, and I know they've just been a non-winners of 1, but non-winners of 1 other than at Golden Gate can come up pretty salty.
Absolutely.
And those horses can actually compete pretty favorably, and she's already shown she can compete favorably when she ran 3rd behind Madeira Park and Wando Woman in the Ballerina last year. So she's in play here, and she gets a good break in the weights, nicely drawn. And like I said, it might have a little fitness edge on some of these that have just been sprinting. So I put her in for second, and I put Wando Woman. I can't leave her off the ticket. I know Amadeo chose to ride Madeira Park, but Wando Woman's always been a tough mare here going long. And I've left Overvalued out. I've left Miss Derrick out. I mean, there's some Castanet Dancer. There's nice. It's a good, solid race. No standout in here. There's a lot of mares in here that could win the race, and it'll strictly the outcome will be decided by how the race sets up early.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even a horse like Trelawney, she's going to like the stretch out as well. But for my money too, Madeira Park, she's a distance horse. She's not really a sprinter. She ran a bang-up race first out. Sprinting just barely got beat by Hollywood Miss, but now it's more in her court now.
Yeah, she's versatile too. It's like she can, if the pace is slow, she can be close to it. If it's fast, she can tuck in behind it. Yeah. She has the nice. She's
going to give Amadeo a lot of options.
Tracking style and that's why she's won some races.
Yeah, that's why I got Madeira Park in top. I took Castanet Dancer in the second spot. Another one that will like the distance. She's won this distance before. 4 starts the distance. 1 second, 1 third, 1 for a win, second and third. So she wants to run long. Barn rider Alex Bissono takes over from Mario Gutierrez. And I put Overvalued in the 3rd spot. I've always felt that Overvalued was a better distance mare. Her running style, people always think that she's a sprinter, but I think she's actually better at a distance.
Yeah, just go carry her speed all the way.
And I think she'll hang on for a piece of it. Yeah. So I got 6, 2, and 7 in the Vancouver Sun. On to the 7th, the Sir Winston Churchill.
Winnie.
Classic race here at Hastings Park. I've gone to the 3, I didn't mark my things here. I got to the 3 title contender. Out of the Anita Bolton barn, Rico Walcott flies in to take over. This horse did not get a Rico Walcott type ride last time. He's a better rider than that. I felt he made a foolish decision chasing success rate in 44 and 3 and ultimately cost him the race to Taylor's Deal. Still hung on for second though. And he wants to go long, so the distance is not going to be an issue with him. And a little bit headier ride. Rico Walcott's a very good rider.
Brilliant rider.
That was
That's
not
awesome.
his best ride last time. I expect better. He's the kind of guy that's not going to make the same mistake twice. I got title contender on top. Second spot, again, we go to our good friend Wayne Oliver's Wilo Cat. Hard knocking horse. I noticed you have him in the top spot. I like that. I had to put title contender in the top spot. Wilo Cat, he's going to like the distance too. He has a big move. Could get the money, but I got him in second spot. And the third spot, I went to the 4, Devil in Disguise, a horse that should be running better. He's going to like the change to a distance too. He's run this distance 5 times, got 4 wins in a second. Don't leave out Devil in Disguise. I got 3, 7, and 4.
Yeah, I've just flip-flopped your top 2. I went to Wilo Cat. I mean, this horse is running big races.
Yep, I'd love to see Wilo Cat. He deserves to win one of these. Yeah.
He's like threatening these horses sprinting, so I know going a mile and 16th, he's going to be extremely dangerous. There looks like there should be a pace in here with Modern in the race. Title contender, success rate. No one's getting away. My point is, no one's getting away cheap in this one.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be an honest pace, and I think that'll set up favorably for Wilo Cat. I agree with your assessment of title contender. Rico Walcott is a brilliant rider. You know, and sometimes when you have so much confidence in a horse, you maybe will do what he did. He thought he could probably do anything on title contender.
Even Bobby Orr made mistakes, right?
Yeah. There's Wayne Gretzky gave away the puck odds too.
That's right.
But
It
I mean,
happens.
this is a nice colt, title contender. He had 125 pounds on his back.
That didn't
too.
help him either.
No,
Maybe it was all part of the plan. He got some weight off.
Yeah, 121 today. But title contender, dangerous. I need both of them. I mean, they're both.
Absolutely.
And I put the Devil in Disguise in for third. I think if you need 2 horses in here, you got to go 3 and 7. If you can afford to go 3 deep, or 7, 3 and 4. Yeah, Devil in Disguise would be my third horse. He's better than those last couple of sprints. He's a better distance horse as well. Look for him to rebound, and especially with some speed in the race. He can definitely get a favorable
big, strong
pace
horse that will be
scenario.
running.
Yeah. Okay, on to the finale, 8th and final, $4,000 fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs. Got. I'm going to end up with the 1 horse here, My Bailout. I'm pretty impressed with the run first time out, off a big lengthy layoff. I mean, I thought that was an excellent effort. This horse was battling all the way down to the line, ended up 4th, but still, I think Frank can put him on the lead or put her on the lead and be dangerous. Amadeo Perez, that's kind of interesting. They flip-flop horses. Amadeo's on the 2, Victoria's Spirit now. I got this one for second. Don't have a whole lot of confidence. I've liked him the last couple times, and he hasn't run. He's run okay, but I'm just worried that that the horse is. I don't know. I liked it first time out. Ran second to Uniqua, who, to me, is just a horse. Little Miss Bean, and then last time I think it's Miss Hetheridge and Haida Guai and Little Miss Bean again ran 4th. But I still think she's better than a lot of these, and I put the 8 Suances Flower, who's shortening up. I'd rather see the distance. Put that one in for third. I went 1, 2, and 8.
I went with the 4, Golden Ratio, out of the Charlene Miller barn. A horse that got the first out, took a big step forward, and the second out just getting beat half a length by Rainbows in the Wood. I like one more step forward, and she wins it. So I went with a bit of a flyer on Golden Ratio in the top spot. The second spot, I put Suances Flower. She got caught up in that speed duel with Webster last time. 47-4, that's just too quick for these old mares. And maybe she could get the lead by herself and be gone. Basically, if she doesn't,
I don't know if she got sprint speed, but maybe if she
doesn't
could
really
get out there,
suicide herself like she did last time.
Yeah.
She's going to be a lot more to handle out of the Jim Brown barn. Got her in the second spot. And the third spot, I went with Victoria's Spirit, just banking on Agent Trapper Barabee, knowing what he's doing, taking Victoria's Spirit over My Bailout. We'll see. I got 4, 8, and 2 in the nightcap. That is our analysis of the Hastings Park card for the day. Now we will go on to our slate. There's Mike's picks up first.
And back in race number 1, I went to the 3 horse, It's Gold Baby, but I do like the 5, Ali's Bobcat as well.
That's your 2, yeah.
It's a toss-up for me, 3 or 5, but I went 3, 5, and 1. Race number 2, I went to the 4, Ruffy Joe. I like him quite a bit. I think he'll run well. 4, 5, and 8. Race number 3, I went to the 6, My Secret Cause. Has the experience edge. 6, 9, and 7 for me in the 3.5 furlong 2-year-old race. The 4th race went to the 1, the ultra consistent Tommy Danziger. He's ultra consistent here anyway.
Yeah, he sure
1, 6, and 4 for me in the 4th. In the 5th race, number 6, Go for Guinness. 6, 4, and 7. In the 6th race, another Dave Forster trainee, the 6, Madeira Park. Hopefully 6s are lucky for Mr. Forster. 6, 1, and 8. In the 7th race, I went to the 7, Wilo Cat over the 3, Title Contender, and the 4, Devil in Disguise. And in the 8th and final, I went to the 1, My Bailout for the Corsair Holdings and Twink, Marianne Baumgartner. Over the 2, Victoria's Spirit, and the 8, Suances Flower. On to Drew's picks.
There we go. I agree with Mike in the first on number 3. It's Gold Baby. I agree. It's a 2-horse race, 3 and 5. 3, 5, 6. I went in the second. I went with a bit of a flyer. Kai's Command, the hot horse, number 6 over the 8 and the 7. In the third, I went to the first-time starter. Goes Way Back at the Tack-Inouye barn over the 9 and the 8. In the fourth, I agree with Mike on number 1, the old boy Tommy Danziger over the 5 and the 6. In the fifth, I agree with Mike again. Number 6, Go for Guinness over the 4 and the 7. Again, I'm with Mike in the 6th. Number 6, Madeira Park over the 2 and the 7. The 7th, I went to the 3, Title Contender over Wilo Cat and Devil in Disguise. And the nightcap, the 8th, I went with Richard Hamill on number 4, Golden Ratio over the 8 and the 2.
Well, that'll do it for the Sunday, June 8th edition of Handicapper. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Hopefully we've given you a little insight, hopefully some successful insight into the Sunday program. Don't forget, first race goes at 1:50 at Hastings. If you can't make it out, please come out here to the Derby Bar and Grill or any of your local TBCs. Always good atmosphere. Our next live cards will be the following Saturday and Sunday, the 14th and the 15th. So on behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. We'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Cause on the morning line, the guy's got him figured at 5 to 9. But make it efforts.